Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the European Football All-Time channel. Excuse me, and today welcome to my GW5 Champions League predictions. Of course, excuse me, and we're starting to get towards the end of the league phase. The table's starting to take shape. If you make sure to smash the like, subscribe, but let's get into the video. And the first game is from Slovakia as Slovan Bratislava are at home to AC Milan. Now Slovan Bratislava, they've struggled in the Champions League this season. I think everyone knows that. You know, AC Milan, they drew 0-0 with Juve on the weekend, but of course their last Champions League game was that incredible 3-1 win at Real Madrid. I mean, AC Milan should be winning this. They should be walking Slovan, really. And yeah, I'm just going to cut to the point. 4-0 AC Milan. And the next game is Sparta Prague against Atletico Madrid. Now, Atleti could do with a win here to get closer towards the top 8, because I think they're only just about in the playoffs at the minute, which is not really where Atleti want to be. Sparta Prague, I think they're down at the bottom. I think they're yet to win a game yet, Sparta, and you know, if they do win tonight, fair enough. It's going to be tough because Atleti are a decent side. But yeah, I think Simeone's team are going to rock up to Prague and leave with 3 points. 3-1 Atleti. Okay, and the next game could be quite an interesting one actually. It is Barcelona against Brest. Now Brest, I mean, you know, they've pretty much been the story really of the Champions League this season. You know, they've been playing some really nice football, beating some big teams. Also, they off drew with Leverkusen. You know, they've had some really good results this season. Brest, you know, tonight's probably going to be their toughest test yet. You know, Barcelona away. Barcelona doing really well in La Liga at the minute. You know, they've got really good players in their team. Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, etc. But yeah, I mean, if Brest can go there tonight and get a result, it would be quite impressive. But I think tonight Brest are going to lose their first game. I just think Barcelona will be too strong for Brest. So I'm going to go 3-1 to Barcelona. And the next game is Bayer Leverkusen against RB Salzburg. Now Salzburg actually finally won their first Champions League game last time out. They won 3-1 away at final. Good result for Pep Linders' team. But Leverkusen away, probably going to be a bit too much really for Salzburg. I mean, Leverkusen, I know they got battered 4-0 by Liverpool last time out. But that is Liverpool away at the end of the day. I mean, on the weekend, you know, they were 2-0 down to Heidenheim, but they did really well. They came back and won 5-2. But yeah, I'm going to go 4-0 Leverkusen. And the next game, probably the big game of tonight, as Bayern Munich take on PSG at the Allianz Arena. Of course, this is a repeat of the 2020 final, which took place in Lisbon, which obviously Bayern won 1-0. Thanks to the goal from, I think it was Kingsley Coman who scored. But yeah, I mean, Bayern, you know, they're doing really well. I watched them on Friday night against Augsburg. Of course, thank you very much if you joined the live stream. I mean, Bayern were very, very dominant in that game. PSG, I mean, they're starting to run away with Ligue 1 again. But I just think the way Bayern are going at the minute, you know, they look really strong under Vincent Kompany. I mean, it's probably his biggest test tonight against another European giant like PSG. Also, the last time they played another big European team, Bayern, they lost 4-1 away at Barcelona. But with this game being at home, PSG even not really as strong as Barca. But yeah, I think Bayern win this one. Kane to score and Bayern to win 3-0. And the next game, I think this could be quite an interesting one actually. It's Inter Milan against RB Leipzig. Like I said, I have a feeling this could be quite a tasty encounter. Leipzig doing decent in the Bundesliga at the minute. Obviously, Inter currently in that 6-way scrap in the title race in Serie A. Inter, they won very comfortably 5-0, I think, on the weekend against Hellas Verona, which was kind of expected anyway. Leipzig, on the other hand, lost 4-3 to Hoffenheim, who were down in the relegation zone in the Bundesliga. So that was not a result that Leipzig would have wanted coming into this game. But you know, I remember watching Leipzig against Liverpool and I thought they were decent. Inter, you know, defensively are solid. They do like to rotate up front, so maybe Taremi might start, but I think Leipzig will go full strength. We'll see the likes of Baumgartner, Šeško, Aponda, and all that. Xavi Simons if he's fit. But yeah, it's going to be a tight game. I'm going to back Inter to win 2-1. And the next game is Manchester City against Feyenoord. And I tell you what on earth happened to Manchester City on Saturday? Of course, it's right new to the channel. I am a Spurs fan, so I was absolutely over the moon with that result. I mean, City were just awful. They were absolutely awful against Spurs. I mean, honestly, we just played. I mean, I think the problem is in a minute with them having no Rodri. They're so easy to play through. I mean, half of the goals that we scored, so bad defensive organisation from City. But, you know, Feyenoord, I mean, realistically, City have to win this game. I mean, they can't. I mean, it'd just be embarrassing if they go 6 games with losses. I don't even know. When was the last time City lost 6 in a row? I don't know, but, you know, especially with being at Etihad, City, it's kind of a big game for them. They need to win because they've got a massive game on the weekend away at Liverpool in the Premier League. But Feyenoord, they do play some decent football, but I'm going to back City to win. I'm going to go with a lot of goals here. Feyenoord won't make it easy, but yeah, I'm going to go 3-2 to Manchester City. And the next game is Sporting Lisbon against Arsenal. And of course it is the second English opponent for Sporting this season. Of course, we all remember that they absolutely thumped Manchester City 4-1. Can they do the same to Arsenal tonight? Obviously no Ruben Amorim anymore for Sporting. Of course, he's gone to United. They've got João Pereira, who is the new manager, and he kicked off his reign with a 6-0 win in the Taça de Portugal on Friday. I mean, I watched the highlights of it last night. They played some really nice football, to be fair. I mean, I think this will be a tough game for Arsenal. You know, Arsenal did very well 3-0 against Forest, a very good Forest team who are kind of surprising everyone really at the moment. But away day for Arsenal. I mean, they actually did play Sporting 18 months ago. I think it was a 2-2 draw in Lisbon, and of course it was 1-1 in and of course I think it was 1-1 at the Emirates. And of course Sporting won on pens. I think we all remember when Pedro Gonçalves for Sporting lobbed, I think it was Ramsdale or Wright, whoever was in goal at the time, from the halfway line. But Sporting played some really nice football. You know, that Arsenal obviously got watch out for Jokovic, you know, likes to score goals, and now watch out for Trincao as well. Apparently Marcus Edwards could be starting, former Spurs player. But yeah, it's going to be a tight game, to be fair. But I mean, I know I'm a Spurs fan and I'm not being biased, but I just have a wit. I just have some feeling that Sporting are going to do it. So I mean, start for the time, when you watch Arsenal on the attack, you know, they don't really score much goals outside the box. Most of their goals were inside the box. I know Sporting played with a 3-4-3, but the players in the right mid and left mid, obviously they kind of act like wing backs. They will be, when Arsenal are breaking away, it's going to be kind of a back 5 to Sporting. It's going to be very cramped and compact in the box. But Sporting on the counter attack, they'll just break you like that. We saw it against Manchester City, and we've seen it quite a lot this season. But yeah, I'm going to go tight game. I'm going to go 2-1 to Sporting. And the next game is Young Boys against Atalanta. Now, Atalanta are having a really good season in Serie A. You know, they're currently fighting with Juve, Napoli, Fiorentina in that for the title at the minute. But, you know, I mean, Young Boys, you know, kind of struggling in the Champions League in a minute. I just think the way Atalanta are going, I think they'll win this one with ease. So I'm going to go 3-0 to the boys from Bergamo. And next up, moving on to Wednesday now, it is Red Star against Stuttgart. Now, Stuttgart are missing some big players. I think Dennis Undav's injured in that. But yeah, I mean, Red Star, I mean, all 3 of their games have been quite tough. You know, they've had to play Barca, they've had to play Benfica, they've had to play Inter, and maybe this is a winnable game, but I mean, I kind of find it hard to predict this one, to be fair, because I mean, Stuttgart have some big players injured, so maybe Red Star might have the chance to win, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to go 2-0 Stuttgart. And the next game is Sturm Graz against Girona. Now, Girona, obviously, I think they won. I can't remember what they did. They lost 4-0 to PSV the last time, but I think tonight probably more of a winnable game. But I mean, Sturm Graz on their day can be decent, so maybe they might shock Girona here. But I'm gonna cut straight to the point. I think Girona win 2-0. And the next game is Aston Villa versus Juventus, another huge test in the Champions League for Unai Emery's team. Obviously, we all know what happened against Bayern Munich. Everyone was saying Bayern was going to win, and Villa won 1-0. Can they beat another big European giant in Juve? But Villa are struggling at the minute. There's 6 games without a winner. They drew 2-2 with Crystal Palace on the weekend. I mean, Villa really should be winning that game, to be honest, especially at home at Villa Park as well. Like this game's tomorrow night against Juventus. Juve, they drew 0-0 with Milan. It was kind of a bit of a boring game apparently. I mean, they are kind of doing decent, but they could be doing better than expected. I'll tell you what, if there are any Villa fans watching this, I think 2 players to watch out for in the Juve team. Watch out for Andre Cambiasso and watch out for Kenan Yildiz. Cambiasso, I mean, apparently, well, not even apparently, Juve fans are calling him one of the best wing-backs in the world, and from when I've seen him, he actually looks like a good player. And Kenan Yildiz doing really well at the minute with Juventus. Obviously, Villa fans, obviously, we all know Douglas Luiz's return. Well, he isn't, because he's got a hamstring injury, he's out till December, so yeah, but it's going to be a tough game for Villa. I mean, if they do get a win, considering they lost to Bruges, lost to Tottenham, drew with Palace, lost to Liverpool. But yeah, I'm going to go with a win for Juve here. I mean, Villa just aren't really themselves at the minute, and defensively Juve are quite good as well. Gatti looks quite good for Juventus, but I'm going to go with a win for the old lady. Aston Villa 0, Juventus 2. And speaking of another Italian club, we're moving on to Bologna against Lille. Now, Bologna, I mean, they lost 3-0 to Lazio on the weekend. I mean, Lazio are just on fire at the moment, to be honest. And obviously, Lille doing decent at the moment. I think this could be quite a tight game. Both teams are decent. Bologna, if they can get a win here, it would be huge. But Lille, Jonathan David up front and that. I think they're going to win, so I'm going to go 2-1 Lille. And next up is Celtic against Club Bruges. Now, I think it's going to be quite an interesting game because Bruges are looking decent at the minute. They beat Villa 1-0, probably deservingly as well. And I thought they actually played decent away at AC Milan. Celtic, on the other hand, got a huge one. They beat RB Leipzig 3-1 last time, and I think just about Hearts 4-0 on the weekend. This Celtic team just can't be beaten at the moment. But I think Club Brugge will give Celtic a game because, like I said, they're actually doing decent at the minute. They've just beaten Villa, played quite well at AC Milan, even though they lost 3-1. But I think with it being at Celtic Park, I think the Celtic fans will be the 12th man. They'll get behind the team. And yeah, I'm going to go with a draw here at Desmond. Celtic 2, Club Brugge 2. And the next game from Croatia is Dinamo Zagreb against Borussia Dortmund. Now, realistically, probably should be a win for Borussia Dortmund here. They won 4-0 against Freiburg on the weekend. Of course, Freiburg kind of challenging with Dortmund to get into the top 4. Again, Jamie Bino Gittins, what a baller he is. He's so underrated. Hopefully by the world, he should be in the England squad, really. That is generally how good that guy is. Zagreb away, it will be tough because, they've got good fans, Zagreb and that. And, they drew 2-2 with Monaco at home, and Monaco are doing decent in Liga in this season. But yeah, I'm expecting a win for Dortmund. They do struggle defensively, so maybe Zagreb could get a goal or two. But I'm going to go 3-1 to Borussia Dortmund. And the next game is probably the game of the week. It is Liverpool against Real Madrid. They meet again, a repeat of the Champions League final in Paris. And obviously a repeat of the 2018 final in Kiev as well. And of course, if we're going all the way back, a repeat of the 1981 final, which was, I think, also in Paris as well. This is probably Arne Slot's biggest test so far as Liverpool manager, and they've been absolutely unbelievable so far under Arne Slot since he left finals. They just cannot be beaten, really. Had a tough game on the weekend against Southampton. I thought Southampton played quite well, to be honest, in that game. Real Madrid, on the other hand, there is no Vinicius Jr. And no Dani Carvajal as well. So they are missing some big players, Real Madrid. Apparently Mbappe starting off on the left wing, so it's going to be a very tough night, probably for Conor Bradley, who's starting at right back. Him against Mbappe, he's going to have the night of his life to deal with him. But yeah, Liverpool, obviously I mean, there has been a lot of conversation about Mo Salah's future. I mean, he did say that he's actually leaning towards leaving and staying because he has been offered a contract extension, but we'll have to see what happens between now and the end of the season. I think he'll stay, really. I don't think he'll leave. Like I said, it's going to be a tough game for Liverpool. Like I said, it's Slot's biggest test so far, playing one of the biggest clubs in the world in Real Madrid. Like I said, they have got injuries Real Madrid. Like I said, no Dani Carvajal, no Vinicius Junior. I mean, Valverde actually played it right back the other day in their La Liga game against Leganes. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to go. I found this tough to predict. It's a close one to call, but I'm going to go with a draw. Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 2. And the next game, I think this could be an interesting game from the Stade Louis II Stadium as Monaco take on Benfica. I think, like I said, this could be an interesting game because two teams are actually doing quite well at the moment. Monaco doing decent in Liga and Benfica doing decent in Liga Portugal as well. I mean, Benfica do score a lot of goals. They've got Di Maria, Pavlidis, Koku as well. But defensively, in the last 6 games, they've been quite solid, Benfica. But, Monaco got some decent players. You've got Mbolo up front. I mean, this could have a lot of goals, to be honest. Both teams score a lot of goals. But yeah, I think this game will have a lot of goals. But I think the way Benfica defensively have been good recently, I'm going to back them to win this one. So my prediction is Monaco 2, Benfica 3. And the final game of this Champions League game week is PSV against Shakhtar Donetsk. Now, Shakhtar, I think they did okay in their last game. I think they drew, No, I think did they beat Young Boys or I can't remember. I think they won, actually. I'm not sure. PSV, on the other hand, can't remember how they got on, but I think they won on the weekend. I think they beat Groningen 4-0 or something, or it might have been finals. I don't know. But overall, it's going to be a tough game for Shakhtar. PSV looking strong in the Eredivisie. Shakhtar, if they do get something here, fair play. Sudikov looking decent. I think he got a goal and an assist in Shakhtar's game with Young Boys. I think PSV wins, so I'm going to go 4-0 PSV. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video. Smash like, subscribe. See you next time.